Welcome! I'm Charlene Schmid, an instructional coach for Davis Joint Unified School District. As previous years, the district has asked all teachers in grades 3 through 8 to administer at least one interim assessment block sometime during January, February, or March. This year, the instructional coaching team is here to support educators prepare for and retrieve results from the administration of the Smarter Balanced interim assessments. This video will address the purpose and basic interim assessment information. I'll take you on a guided tour using the viewing system, and I'll provide some links to additional resources for further use. Unlike California's previous testing system that had a main role of providing data for the accountability system, the Smarter Balanced Assessment System's purpose is to promote high-quality teaching and learning. This is a huge shift. Educators are changing their instructional practices to emphasize deeper knowledge of core concepts and ideas within and across the disciplines. Educators are tasked with preparing students to analyze, synthesize, problem solve, communicate, and think critically. The interim assessment viewing system was developed to provide teachers with an opportunity to view exactly what the students are being tested on. Because of teacher feedback, Smarter Balanced has also developed a new reporting system that will allow teachers to not only see the assessment questions with the results, but will also allow teachers to see each student response. Now, teachers have the resources needed to better understand the data and use it to guide instruction. Before we get too far, we need to acknowledge the security requirements for the interim assessments. In a nutshell, the interim assessments are not for public use, display, or distribution. Any use, display, or distribution of the interim assessments, either in electronic format or hard copy, that result in access to individuals beyond Davis Joint Unified School District staff and students is considered a security compromise. A security compromise with the interim assessments should be reported to the test site coordinator or Matt Duffy at the district office. The Smarter Balanced interim assessments are optional to local educational agencies and are free to all California public educators. The interim assessments are available in the same grades 3 through 8 and 11, and the same content areas, English Language Arts and Mathematics, as the Smarter Balanced summative assessments. The two types of interim assessments are listed for you on this slide. The Interim Comprehensive Assessments, or ICAs, as their name implies, are comprehensive assessments that cover the range of standards, similar in size, scope, and testing time to the Smarter Balanced summative assessments. The Interim Assessment Blocks, or IABs, on the other hand, cover much smaller sets of standards. For example, one interim assessment block might just cover fractions, and others on specific sets of standards in both English Language Arts and Mathematics. For the most part, the IABs can be administered in one class period. One key to the Smarter Balanced interim assessments is that they are designed to be used flexibly by teachers. That means that teachers could use them by administering them to students independently, such as the summative assessment, or they could use them in other non-standardized ways during regular classroom instruction. This image is of the Grade 5 Interim Assessment Blocks at a Glance document found at the link below. It provides the names of all available interim assessment blocks. Any student at any grade level can take one of these. However, the intent of the Grade 5 interims is to measure what a student should know and be able to do by the end of the 5th grade. Interim assessments are not intended to provide data for use beyond an instructional level. Most interims have about 15 questions and are designed to be completed in one testing period. On this document, educators can see all math assessments except for the performance task, and 5 of the ELA interims do not require hand scoring. The California Department of Education has created a series of quick reference guides, and the guide for the viewing system can be downloaded at the link on this image for future reference. So let's get into the system and look at the interims. Once you've opened the CAS Portal website, you'll see that there are 8 green buttons mid-page. The lower right-hand button, entitled Smarter Balanced Interim Assessments, is the button we'll select to take us into the interim assessments systems. On this page, you'll see there are 8 additional green buttons. Each one is to navigate to the various parts of the interim assessments administration process. The first green button is the interim assessment viewing system. We'll select this green button to take us into the viewing system. Once in the viewing system, we will be viewing secured materials. So in order to be able to have access to these, you'll need your TOMS logon, which is your email address for djusd.net, and your password. If you've forgotten your password, you can select this button, and if you need a new one, because they do expire every so often, you can request a new one down here. So we're ready to log on. Seems more often than not, I receive the message saying that I need to disable my pop-up blockers for this site, so I can go ahead and do that and select Try Again. Once we've taken care of that, we are free to select the grade that we'd like to administer an assessment for. I'll select grade 5. You can see each of these interim assessments are available for administration. The interim assessment blocks occur first, and at the bottom of the list we'll have the interim comprehensive assessments. For today though, let's just take a look at the grade 5 math number and operations in base 10. Once we select that assessment, we'll be asked to choose a test form. We'll select the test form for English, it's the only one there is, and then we'll select the next button. This is exactly how the student will experience the interim or the summative assessments. The screen will provide the question number. The prompt for the assessment has been hidden here for security reasons, but you are able to see how the student must interact with the system to provide a response. Up here you can see the navigational buttons that the students might use. When the test is over, there is an End Test button that comes here. For the viewing system, you must enter an answer of some kind in order to advance to the next screen or see the next question. So you can put anything you want. These answers are all dumped at the end of the test. They don't go anywhere. You will not know what you have correct and what you don't have correct. But this is the viewing system and a way for you to simply just do that, to view the questions. You would like to see what the answers are that are correct for the interim assessments. This year, the California Department of Education has located the answer keys in TOMS under Help. You must access the secure materials. From there, the interim assessment secure materials, and finally, the answer keys. Again, be very careful with your information, if it's in hard copy or electronic copy, to maintain the security and integrity of these assessments for future use. So some resources that I have provided for you. This is a link to the Interim Assessment Quick Reference Guide for the viewing system. Our second link here is the at-a-glance documents that provide each interim assessment block available by grade level. This third one is a link to the Smarter Balanced Interim Assessment video series. Module 2 is specific to the viewing system. That's about a 10-minute video if you need further information. Finally, this Using Rubrics to Inform Student Writing is a video that's available on the California Department of Education's website. This is a nice example, again about 10 minutes in length, of an educator using the interim assessments in the teaching setting with their students to help them prepare for the different types of things they need to understand before they take the summative assessment. So it's worth viewing. That's all that I have for you today. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your site liaison instructional coach. Thank you.